Hi, welcome to the Web Healing Show. I'm glad to see so many of you already online waiting for the show. And the topic is how to be passionate about whatever you do. Well, there's so many things that you can be passionate about most of the time, right? And yet there are quite a few things that you do because there is no choice. And that began pretty early in childhood when you were asked to write things you didn't want to write. When you were asked to, uh, repeat the tables, you didn't want to repeat. You wanted to copy paste certain things you never wanted to do. We've been trained to do things out of fear, out of compulsions, out of no choice. And sometimes it happens right from the school level. Very few schools and educational system, as I know, at least during my time, encouraged people to do what they love to do in a way that they wanted to do what they love to do. Most of the time, it is compulsion, fear, and pressure from peers, teachers, parents that make you do things, and eventually you even forget what really you are passionate about. Almost it's gone. You earlier lead life because parents wanted you to perform in a certain way, and then you learn everything that your parent pressurized you to do. I'm not talking about everyone, but most of us, right? And then you learn what schools and educational system wanted you to do, then what peers wanted you to do, and then whatever faculties wanted you to do. Then when you take up a job, then what your boss wanted you to do. And if you don't do the job and you think, no, 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 I'm my own person, I will run my own business, what you realize is each of those clients are your bosses. And you'll end up doing exactly based on what they want you to do. A very few people know how to integrate their career with their passion. And most of the time, they spend their better part of the life doing things because they feel either pressurized or or there's a compulsion, or there's a need to please others and be in good book of others, or to maintain harmony in the educational system, in the professional setup, in your educational system, anywhere. Okay, and how do you go about it? It's kind of a very stressful thing to go through, right? And most of the time, you spend a better part of your life doing things without even knowing whether you're really enjoying or not. So just ask yourself a question. Out of 24 hours, how much time do you spend doing things what you love to do, what you like to do? And when you do what you like to do, you are very different. You're passionate, you're energetic, you're full of life, you're 100% available in the moment. You're not running away from any experience. And you're right there, you're fully there. And it could be as simple as watering your plants, looking after your pets, or cooking something lovely for yourself and your family, or it could be designing a particular dress or a hairstyle or a makeup. It could be following some interesting news items or watching an entertaining movie. You're right there. Now, one thing that comes in the way is most of the time what you think you're passionate doesn't align with your career. So the first thought that comes, that passion is a different story altogether. Don't think you can make a career out of it. And that's been told to us by several conservative and even middle class parents, and they would never let you take that risk. You can be fond of cricket, you can be fond of football, you can be fond of anything. But don't think of making that career. You're not going to get your two square meals and security of monthly salary. that's not going to pay your installments. And that's how, in your mind, you have kept passion is a different story and mundane work is a different story. And you're in total acceptance of the mundane work that you invariably land up doing. How do you create passion out of the mundane work? Do I mean to say that you should not be doing mundane work? No, not at all. You can be doing the same thing and yet be passionate about that. Does it mean that you can't integrate your passion and work? No, you can certainly. If you see that happening in your mind, you will watch that happening in your life. It's all about how you integrate both in your mind. So, first of all, I want you all to at least think of one thing that you're passionate about. And what does that make you feel? How do you feel? Just write in your comments section and let me know what is it that you're passionate about. And let me read and let me give you feedback based on that. Meanwhile, I'm just going to put a link. And if anybody wants to join me, you're most welcome to do that. Hi, good evening, Anupama, Shivangi, Anjali, Bhuvaneshwari. Hi, Bhuvana. Hi, Bharti, Sharda, Shilpa, Shaliza. Hi, Anupa, Manju, and Saina. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Hi, Laksha. Yeah. Okay. So I was expecting some answers. Do go ahead and please write in the comment box uh, what is it that you're passionate about and how you can integrate. Don't tell me you don't know even one thing. I'm passionate now for my healing from 3 years. Awesome. Okay, so we begin with healing. Passionate about your healing. When you say your healing, healing yourself or healing others? How does it? What does that make you feel, Manju? Yes, hi Priyanka. Let's chat.
Hello.
Hi Priyanka.
Yes. How are you, ma'am?
I'm very good. How are you?
Much better than before.
I'm so glad. Okay, so Priyanka, what is it that you're passionate about?
I love writing.
Writing. And what is writing for you? What happens when you write?
It gives me feel of fulfillment as if I'm
Yes,
complete.
as you complete, right? Fantastic. So, what do you write and what kind of stuff you write?
Earlier, I was a travel writer. I was the editor for Airport Magazine, and I
Ah,
was representing Delhi Tourist Police.
okay.
So all related to travel earlier, but
Mm-hmm,
it has been quite some time that I discontinued due to certain
mm-hmm,
reasons. And
uh-huh,
now I started writing, and I'm now working on a book where
mm-hmm,
I am combining all the modalities, uh, holistic healing
ah,
approaches.
mm-hmm,
So I want to write a book.
mm,
I've started working on it. I started putting notes in,
mm, mm-hmm.
but the very shape hasn't come yet.
Okay. It will come eventually. What excites you or what makes you passionate about writing, or when it gets published, or when it is recognized and praised?
Um, writing it in the perspective view of everyone
Hmm.
utilizing it and using its nitty gritties, which I am sharing, which has some of my personal experiences also, and how we could combat a particular situation, health related situation,
Mm-hmm.
on our own.
Right.
So it has helped me at many times, and with
Mm-hmm.
my clients and my patients also.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it should help everyone. That is the thing, that whatever I have gained, I should be able to give back to the society and be able to share what I have gained out of it.
Awesome. Suppose you share everything that you want, hmm, and nobody really recognizes, appreciates, and use it. What would happen?
There is a fear factor, yes, that
What is it that you're
what if
looking for?
there are judgments to it. I am
Yes.
fear about the judgmental, aspect of people judging it and questioning it.
Yeah.
That's little
So,
worrisome, yes.
correct, correct, correct. Tell me, what is opposite of judgment? When you say you don't want judgment
Um,
at some level, what is it that you want?
yeah, I want that free flow of acceptance
Free flow of
as it
acceptance.
is.
Huh? As it is, right?
Yes,
Perfect. Okay. So you said you want to write so that you can help others and others can use it and it can make difference in people's life. And but you don't want any judgments and that blocks you, right? Probably that would block you from
yes,
publishing
it
it
does.
right
It
away because
scares
you
me,
want to
yes.
make it perfect. Huh?
Yes,
Sorry, you said.
I'm scared
Hmm.
about that.
Yes. Okay. So basically, you want free flow of acceptance from people.
Yes,
Yeah. And it could be in any
yes, so
field.
that should not matter actually. I think that should not matter,
I understand
but
totally. That
somewhere it is
matters
there.
to you,
Yes, it is there.
right? So, Priyanka, what if you get free flow of acceptance through different ways?
I'll be able to be a right channel and be able to free flowingly share whatever knowledge I have gained
Right.
from everywhere.
Yeah. And if you're in total acceptance by everyone, um, would you be able to do what you're doing in a much better way? Like, forget about just writing. Like, for example, like dressing up or doing makeup or your hairstyle or talking, preaching, talking, sharing your problems. Would you be able to do it effortlessly if there is a free flow of acceptance?
Yes, I will be able to flow freely if
Yeah,
I don't have that doubt that of acceptance by people. I will be able to definitely. It will be a lovely experience.
perfect. So, Priyanka, here is on one hand, you're writing because you're very passionate and it's got published, but it's got judged also. And on the other hand, you haven't
Yes.
really written, but you fully accepted, freely accepted for who you are and what you are. Which scenario will make you feel more happy?
Could you
The,
please repeat because there was some crack, I couldn't hear properly.
suppose you have written something and you're judged for it, very badly judged. Okay. And there's another scenario where you haven't written anything, people haven't read what you've written. However, people still love you and accept you and freely accept you for whatever you say, whatever you do, whoever you are. What scenario would be more enjoyable, more
I
happier?
still want to write. I would still want to write.
Yes, you still would want to write, right? So,
Yes.
writing. So, what is it in writing that excites you the most?
Sharing.
Sharing, absolutely. And what about sharing that excites you the most?
Sharing the truth.
Sharing the truth. Awesome. Okay. And how can you share the truth? Over and
By
above, right?
yeah, openly writing what I get,
Mm,
free flowing.
okay. Free flow, openly writing. And people don't judge. Is that okay? And if people judge, that's okay?
There is a fear factor, yes. Little slight fear is there, but I take it as a challenge then.
I just opened the chakra guidance card, Priyanka, for you. Okay.
Yeah.
And let me share the screen. I'll show it to you. Hmm. See how it feels?
Yes, it feels good.
Yeah.
Yes.
It, even as you write, some people may get offended, some people may get hurt, some people may judge. Just forgive them and let them forgive you, and you forgive yourself. It's okay. Continue.
By chance, I've been doing this affirmation that I forgive myself and I forgive others every
Hmm.
day nowadays.
Awesome. Hmm. That will let love flow freely from your back heart chakra, Priyanka.
Hmm.
Okay? And that love will touch others.
Yes, that's what I want to
Okay?
do. I want to
Yes.
touch each and every life,
Yeah. So
whatever I can do in my capacity.
yes, that love for touching lives will make you be so passionate about your writing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So just
Yes.
connect to that love for people, love for touching lives. Okay. And you can only love if you forgive yourself fully and forgive everyone fully. And even if they criticize, judge, no problem. You know, like how a mother holds the baby and baby
Mm-hmm.
can give a kick, but for mother, baby is a baby.
Yes.
Even if the baby bites, or even if the baby kicks, even if the baby keeps her awake the whole night, but mother would still love baby.
Yes.
When you'll have that kind of love, you'll be able to freely share the truth.
Right. Lovely. Thank you
And for
so
that,
much.
you have all the energy and courage.
Love you,
Yeah,
Atman. Thank you so much
most welcome.
for speaking. I have a question, just
Mm-hmm,
just a little curiosity
mm-hmm,
that whenever I look into your videos and
mm-hmm,
whatever recordings,
mm-hmm.
is it that I was meant to be there because certain things touch, you know,
Uh-huh.
and was it meant to be heard by me? That's why I'm
Yeah,
hearing,
you
listening to
just stumble upon those videos, I'm sure.
it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you never know what's planned for whom. So thank you for coming here, Priyanka. Even this much sharing that you did, you've no idea. You might be touching so many people, isn't it?
Yes, thank you so much, Atman. Thank you.
Okay. May I invite Monica, my friend? Yes, this is one person I've always found her so passionate about what she does. Okay.
Hi,
So, Priyanka,
Atman.
thank you. Hi, Monica.
How are
What
you,
a
Atman?
Hi. Great. Tell me. Uh, First of all, let me welcome you and let me introduce everyone. Um, Monica is one person I look up to when I feel that low down out or in some sort of doubt ever. It may happen a couple of times a year, but it does happen often. And I often reach out to her to get my inspiration from her. Thank you so much, Monica, for joining.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Atman.
Yeah,
You
tell me, Monica.
inspire me every day. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, tell me, Monica. Yeah, how are
So,
you?
Atman,
Yeah.
I'm very well. I'm actually leading an inspirational life, and I'm doing what I really enjoy doing. I'm able to reach out and uh, what we feel and what we see life living with passion is what I'm experiencing daily, especially these days when we are able to what the sessions that we are holding, they are so beautiful, Atman. How we are able to reach out and touch people's lives. It's like very beautiful. Like you say this, that we are a group of elephants and we are taking everybody together, and we are not even leaving one baby behind. We are just holding space for
Yes.
each other. That's the most beautiful thing I feel.
So Monica is a part of our esteemed radical team, and she's given me a surprise. It was not a planned thing, and I've
Oh,
seen Monica. No, 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 not an issue. It's fine. It's a
yes, Atman, even I'm surprised. How come I am here?
I
I'm
I
so.
have seen Monica, I think so 15 years back when she was not sure what she wants to do in life. How would she go ahead and doubts and questions and problems and difficulties? And we have discussed it all. It's been since 4 5 years. I haven't heard her complaining about any difficulties, problems. Not that life may not have taken her through things. There have been few ups and downs, which I heard later, but she's always been cheerful. Monica, I want to hear that secret from you. Yeah, seriously, how did you manage that? Okay, how did it happen in your personal life? I know it's been a kind of average life to begin with, right? But you made it
Mhm.
extraordinary for yourself. So how did you transit from, you know, living a life of a kind of a doubtful person to a person who's full of faith, excitement, passion, and love for everything?
Atman, I don't know if I shared this with you earlier, but once a
Mhm.
couple of years back, I was going
Mhm.
through some of the notes and I discovered love, faith, integrity written in the notes. I
Ah,
think maybe in 2015 or so.
right,
And I
right.
don't know how these just three words stuck with me. And they made a huge difference. And these were like the real pillars of radical healing. You remember
Yes.
there were it was there in some of the notes,
Yes,
and
yes.
I don't know why and how they just stuck with me. And I kept working and working on myself about love. And I realized love is a very gentle, very light vibration which is experienced by all of us, even plants and animals. So that really guided me. And how
Yes.
you always guide us about integrity and faith, how beautiful and important these aspects are. So these have really guided me and grounded me and allowed me to center myself. And I feel so many changes taking place in my family, my children, my husband, and my extended family, my in-laws, and my mother, her responses towards me, and my own choices, the level of contentment that I feel. Sometimes uh, I don't know if is it I'm is it everybody's able to listen to what we are discussing?
Yes, everybody. It will go on social media.
Oh,
Okay.
I okay.
And it's going
uh,
live.
okay.
Yes.
I don't know. I feel that so many of my desires, they have just come true. I feel, what do I desire for more now? What else can I ask for? It's like so humbling and grounding experience for me. It's
how did you make it happen from a regular, practically a regular housewife? I know you're a psychologist, you're a counselor, you had all the talents, but when I met you, uh, it was. I'm not saying that housewife being a housewife is a mediocre. It's a challenging role, right?
yes,
But you
yes.
wanted to do something more than what you're doing, and you
Hmm.
knew that you had a potential to do all. So today you are being a housewife, and you can work from home. So how did you, what was the secret apart from this love, faith, and integrity? If you feel like sharing that, because I've seen you've turned around people in your universe.
Hmm. Atman, if you remember, you were once telling others, and I was also there. Maybe you
Hmm.
told me also. You had once or twice shared in the group that whenever there is a feeling like Atman, that chakra which is there in the vertebral column, guardianship and custodian, that concept.
Yes.
So Atman, that really made a huge difference. So as you already know that I used to experience a lot of self doubt, and whether I'm right about it or not, or confusion, I would just dip into it. But when I started to experience life as a guardian,
Hmm.
everything started to shift. That uh, so whenever I'm doing talking to somebody or some mentorship program, like I'm uh, students who have difficulties, when we have follow up sessions with them, or whenever they ask a question, I don't see myself doing it. I see as a custodian of this the medium for this learning. It has to just pass on, and I just have to hold space and be there and available. And this is how it just starts to flow then.
So beautiful.
So I think this is the guiding force. This is the main essence. If you ask me, that when I am able to remove myself from the whole thing, uh, then I think the universe uses me and the masters use me the best way.
Mm.
And this daily practice also has really helped me.
What
So,
daily practice?
so Atman, whenever there is an emotion, because emotions do come up, some judgments or feelings, they do come up. So whenever it comes up, I don't let it get concretized in my system.
Okay.
I just carry that awareness throughout the day, and I feel and I ponder about it, and I use R5 statements to not allow it to get concretized, because when it piles up inside my system, then something so then it gets carried on tomorrow and for the next day also. So I try and resolve it then and there. So that really helps me. So I
Yeah.
carry this awareness,
So
and
beautiful.
sometimes also I meditate over one of the keywords which comes up sometimes. I just sit with it and I take that awareness. So it really helps.
When you say the keyword that comes up, maybe beginners might be listening. So what?
Sorry, yeah.
uh,
Go ahead, Atman.
no. So which keywords you're talking about?
Like Atman, supposing there is a question, a thought that comes up, and I just randomly do lucid reading for myself.
What is
So,
lucid?
okay. Okay. So basically, when I am more fond of using a pendulum, Atman, and now I've started really using the book. Um, so I hold the book in my hand, and I connect to the book and radical consciousness, and then I ask a question in my mind, and I keep myself in my mind and my question in my mind, and then I open the book and I take my finger wherever my finger intuitively with my eyes shut. I take my finger there, and I identify the chakra which is for me, and then I use my pendulum. I run the pendulum on the keywords, whichever keyword is meant for me. I use R5 statement, and sometimes Atman, I don't get the answer, so I stay on with that keyword for a couple of hours. Sometimes it takes 1 or 2 days also, but I don't rush on it. I just be with it, and it's so beautiful that the answer just comes on my lap and it sits on my lap. That, see, Monica, this is the one. So just,
Okay,
and this is how it happens.
that's beautiful. So, this is one more tip that I wanted to give to my viewers. I'm sure some of you might wonder what are these keywords and what is the radical book and what pendulum and stuff like that. Don't worry, it's for radical students. Monica is so busy all the time with taking care of my radical students and her radical students together that I think she's forgotten that beginners have a world which is beyond radical. But that
I'm
happens.
sorry. Yeah.
That's okay. She's so much in it, completely immersed, totally. So that you shall learn as and when, but right now you can start using app. And in the app, you can get those chakra cards and chakra apps, and just you'll stumble upon some of the keywords and statements which will really make a positive difference. And start using it, start playing around, and you'll find a difference. Okay. Meanwhile, I wanted to tell you the secret that I have found for myself is this three words: love, faith, integrity. And I've added four more words, that is peace, prosperity, joy, and care. So when I take a decision, when I take up an activity, when I start doing things, or when I announce a training program or even a social media program, or even if I have to visit somebody or invite somebody over, okay, I ask myself, am I doing it out of love? Am I doing it out of faith? Am I in integrity? Am I at peace? Am I operating from lack consciousness or prosperity consciousness? Am I going to enjoy, or am I ready for the joy, or am I open to experience joy in this? Yeah. And am I full of care? Care is a different, it's for radical students when I talk. So let's keep care aside. Six: love, faith, integrity, peace, prosperity, and joy. If your answer is yes, do what you want to do. It will happen with full passion. So, six words: love, faith, integrity, peace, prosperity, and joy. These are six core values of radical. And I teach that to all my senior facilitators, students, and I always help them come back. So if they are wandering here and there, if there is a little bit of story here and there coming up, my only question to them, I'm talking about the senior ones, okay, is it happening out of love? Okay, not sure. Are you operating from faith? Check it out. Are you being in integrity? Integrity is not just honesty. You need to be aligned in your mind, soul, and heart. Your heart should say yes to it. Your mind should say yes to it. And your soul also should feel aligned to the same decision that you make. And yeah, are you at peace when you do that? Or whatever decision you take? Okay. Are you doing it from prosperity consciousness? Because if you do it from lack consciousness, not just about money, I will not have relatives, so let me call all of them and please them. But you're doing it from lack consciousness. If you keep doing it from lack consciousness, all that you may invite later is lack. So do it from prosperity consciousness. That brings in a lot of joy anyway, very naturally. Joy is a natural byproduct. And if any one of them is missing, check back, reconnect to yourself, and rework the whole equations. Initially, you'll find very difficult to find even one thing which matches all six criterias. But if you keep asking this question, eventually you will learn to lead a life almost 24 by 7, where you will be doing things out of love, faith, integrity, peace, prosperity, and joy. And that's the message for you. That's how you lead a very, very passionate life. And I'm so grateful, Monica, for dropping by. I had no plan to share these words.
Yeah.
Okay. Looks
Thank you so
like
much,
there was
Atma.
a conspiracy. uh, because these are the top theme around which we we nurture our radical students and mentees, and that's a top priority for all of us. And these are the main values around which the whole curriculum, the whole philosophy is built. It's very easier to say. However, it takes time to come into a space where you operate most of the time out of love, faith, integrity, peace, prosperity, and joy. Life cannot be anything else but just a pure passion then, because you will be who you're meant to be: pure love, pure joy, full of integrity, completely at peace, and with a sense of prosperity. And of course, in total integrity at all levels of your being. I wish all of you experience what is it to be with love, faith, integrity, peace, prosperity, and joy, not just rattling down this statements and words, but experiencing it at all levels of your being. And that's when life can be full of passion. I wish all of you an amazing life full of passion. Keep practicing, keep inquiring, and keep introspecting, and keep refining your attitude towards life. And that's what you are here for. All the best, and thank you for joining me. See you next week, right on Thursday, 9 p.m. India Standard Time. Bye bye.